but I've been getting caught up on stuff, and something that I wanted to come and talk about is that I have decided to uh, unfortunately become a student again. So I have decided to I've decided to get my bachelor's degree in holistic medicine. Yay. Um wow. You know what? And I actually have been to school for I completed an entire program um to become a medical assistant years ago. And I didn't go through with I had went all the way through all of my classes, and actually had a paid externship, and I ended up flaking on it. And it's mainly because torn between I've been torn between my spiritual calling and I guess what we call like a regular career. So I'm doing it mainly for the business. But mainly for my business. I think that it is going to be something that is going to add to and enhance my company. I wanted to come and share with you guys like some of the things that I have kind of been through as far as like people's opinion of what I do for a living. I have had people say to me, "Oh, you need to just shut down your business and don't do that anymore. Oh, you don't need to do that anymore." And to me, I feel like that's very disrespectful to me. Um, this has been something, and okay, so I started Divine Services back in 2015. So I have been doing this for 10 plus years, and it is not something that I am just going to stop and walk away from. This is my life work. Divine Services Apothecary is my calling. Um, it is something that I feel is in alignment with God. I feel like just my whole life, um, everything, I've had regular jobs, obviously, and a plethora of like major problems on each of them. Even though I did very good on those jobs, I've worked in property management. I've even been licensed in real estate. Um, Nothing but problems. Every single company that I worked for, it like either people would find out where I work. It was really bizarre. Like, I don't know where. Thank you, Lenny Pretty. Thank you guys for the love. Yes. Thank you. Um, I'm excited about doing it. So I'm still going to be running the business, but I'm going to be a student. I feel like it would be like the perfect way to spend any spare time that I have would be studying, going to school, educating myself. I feel like it's perfect, something that I definitely should do. I think that I know that it will definitely enhance the healing aspect of my business. And um, and I think it's going to really be great. It's going to be the road that I'm going to be taking to eventually have and erect my healing spa. Like, that is something that I still want very badly. Like, the blueprint I already have in my head, just this beautiful spa that is very clean looking, very relaxing, very calming, massage therapy, acupuncture, just, a place where people can go and get readings, a place where people can do yoga. Like, it's like this whole thing that I have in my head that I would like to eventually do. And I think that being licensed as a holistic doctor is really going to, oh man, it's going to do wonders for me. It is. It's going to do wonders for me. And I'm really excited about it. And I want, I really, really want, though, for the traditional healing practices that I have been taught to be a part of it. Like that is important to me. Like, to not, and so it's kind of scary because I don't know how people are going to feel about that. Like I don't know how that's going to fare, just like with the world, as far as like with my spiritual beliefs of healing practices, because honestly, all I know is that I feel good on a daily basis. All I know is that, you know, um, because, okay, so high blood pressure, elevated pressure runs in my family, right? I hate saying that, but, and so I don't know what my blood pressure is on a daily basis. I don't take my blood pressure. I know that I do things, I meditate, and I do a lot of healing practices that will like lower the blood pressure, because it's kind of like I do have that connection with, what it is that's raising the blood pressure. Like, I have an understanding of that, but it's something that I do believe would be extremely controversial. And I couldn't imagine myself being on some kind of blood pressure medicine. You guys know the story. I don't want to discourage people from doctors. That's not what I'm doing. But all I know is that 13, 14 years ago, um, I took a very low dose of blood pressure medicine after pressuring the clinic to put me on blood pressure. The nurse practitioner that I spoke to, she said, Jamila, you do not need blood pressure medicine. She said, your blood pressure is meant to go up and down. They didn't want me to take it. Okay, so they subscribed me a very low dose because I was very afraid, because my aunt had just passed away of a brainstem stroke, right? and I took the medicine, and it caused me to go blind. Like I would wake up in the morning, and I would open up my eyes and I couldn't see anything for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Needless to say, after that happening a couple of times, I realized that it was the blood pressure medicine, and I stopped taking it, and that problem went away. So it is something that it makes me nervous because obviously, obviously, I have like this white coat syndrome. I have, I don't like hospitals or clinics. I don't. I just, you know, I have like this thing, it's weird. I haven't always been afraid of them, but I think that I just avoid it because I know a lot about, like, I went through a whole program. I learned about how to draw blood. I learned how to do injections. I learned everything when I was in school about the human body. Okay. And like, I know that there are a lot of people that take blood pressure incorrectly. You know what I mean? And like, I just recently had my blood pressure taken a whole bunch of times when I got this tooth pulled. I got up that morning and I thought I was dying. I was like, I am dying. So I had to go down to the dental school for them to pull it. And when I first got there, my blood pressure was sky high because I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain. By the time they actually pulled the tooth, my blood pressure had went down to like one. So it was still kind of high, but I was in pain. Okay, I was in a lot of pain, and when you're in pain, your blood pressure is going to go up. It is. It's going to go up. But I know that it was not stroke level at that point. and and they were able to just go ahead and yank it out because it was really bad. I just recently had to have a tooth pulled last year. It was really crazy. But anyway, so it's kind of like a scary experience for me because I don't want a doctor to say, "Hey, your blood pressure's up. We need to prescribe you medicine." I'm not taking blood pressure medicine because I'm afraid of it. So, that's the only thing that, I get concerned about. And let me just change the subject. Let's get back on what I was talking about. I am going to be a student very soon. So are both of my sons. We have to move, okay? And so everything is definitely going to start and take place after we move because it has been somewhat of a stressful situation, kind of, you know what I mean? Because, like, for me, I just tend to gravitate towards things that are, you know, healthy for me and loving. I don't like to gravitate towards negativity. The reason why I entertain some of the negativity in social media is strictly because I care about my reputation. I care about my company. I care about my business. And this is one of the reasons why I want to go ahead and study holistic medicine so that I can actually have the education. I'm pretty sure that even though I already know a lot about herbs, I'm excited to learn more though about herbs. I'm excited about that. Like mainly what I'm really interested in is herbal medicine. And so basically the core curriculum from what I'm reading is it covers medical sciences, anatomy, physiology, biology, and biochemistry, clinical nutrition, which is dietary therapies, botanical pharmacology and the impact of food on physical and mental health. And then also instruction in areas like acupuncture, homeopathy, herbal medicine, massage therapy, and energy medicine. And then another part of the curriculum is meditation, which y'all know I already know a lot about that, but I'm excited to learn more mindfulness and stress reduction techniques. And then also it covers philosophy and ethics, understanding the cultural frameworks of holistic healing, medical ethics, and the comparison between conventional and alternative medicine. So I am just really excited because I need that. I do. I need that. I'm going to go for my bachelor's degree. Maybe eventually I'll go for the master's or the doctoral, but I'm definitely going to start there. And however, I am still going to be running my business while I'm a student. And so that's something that I'm never going to stop doing. I have had my feelings hurt just like on the floor with people not respecting me, not respecting what I do, just automatically discounting what I do with, you know, for religious reasons, saying that, oh, what you do is evil. That's just evil. Okay. And I don't agree at all. Am I going to continue to carry the title of a witch once I actually have a license in holistic medicine? No, more than likely not. I'm going to be able to call myself a doctor, right? I'll be able to actually call myself a doctor, which when I was a kid, like I actually wanted to become a doctor when I was a kid, but I think it was just meant for me to become a holistic doctor. And so I'm excited about that. And plus, it will give me something to focus on. The human body is something that I am definitely interested in. And it'll be something that I'll be, just passionate about, because I'm already very passionate about what I do. I truly believe in energy work, focused energy. Of course, I could go to specialize in Reiki. I don't want to do that. I want to go straight into holistic medicine, is where I want to go with this. And, I think that it's something that it's been meant for me to do for quite some time. I am not going to stop running my business. People have no idea how I help people. All I got to say is that witchcraft and my spiritual journey was never meant to be war. But it's war anyway, because if you guys remember, holistic doctors were actually like being targeted. I got targeted as a witch. I got targeted, claiming to be a healing witch. And so, I might as well, I've been through a lot of the hard stuff. And so, um, I just got to make a few phone calls and get things straight because I already have like student loans that I owe, and I've got to get those straight. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And so I'm going to handle my business starting tomorrow, because you can still get a student loan. You can actually still get a student loan and you can get like grants even when you owe, as long as you're in good standing. So I just have to get my loans and the ones that I already have in good standing. And I really need to try to apply for loan forgiveness for that because believe it or not, y'all, I went to school to become a medical assistant. This was back in, oh my God, it was in like what, 2008? It's been literally like almost 20 years since. So yeah, I got to handle my business. But I'm just kind of picking out the school that I want to go to. Um, I think I am going to try to do it 100% online. Like, there are a lot of programs that are 100% can be done online. I think that that would probably more than likely be the best choice for me. Given like the situation or whatever. I just got to get moved. But, once I get moved and everything and in my own place, because y'all know I am used to having my own space. I am. Okay. So, and by the way, y'all know my birthday is coming up in 2 days, in one day, actually, not 2 days, one day. So, I'll be turning 49, which I feel like I feel like I'm 26. I feel like I'm in my 20s. I don't feel like I'm 49. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So, this, if I felt any other way, I would say it, but I don't. I still feel like, I don't know. Like, I have a lot that I need to do. So I'm just really excited. Like, stuff is popping off in my head like y'all just would not believe. And the main thing that I keep thinking about is my spiritual spa. I want that so bad. And I know it's gonna happen. Like, I know it's gonna happen. And that would just be amazing, for that to happen. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on it and everything once I start school and all of that stuff. And Ty's gonna be actually going and taking a trade. And then um my youngest son is gonna, I first of all, he's used to being homeschooled. Nothing wrong with being homeschooled. He does his studies. He does it, but I want to more so get him more in a regular student environment. But I honestly, I don't want my kid going to public school. I know that that sounds bad. Like, honestly, around the time that Jacob was supposed to be going to school, that was right when I screwed up. I did. I screwed up. You know, I did something that I shouldn't have done, which was, y'all already know what that is. I'm not going to mention it. And, because I personally, at one point, I could have definitely afforded to send him to private school. So, believe it or not, my business at one point was very successful, and I'm working my way back up to that. And it is nothing wrong with that, because I work really hard for my clients. And it's not something that it's not, I could never ever say that I only work a couple of hours a day. No, no. I don't work just a couple of hours a day. Running a full-time spiritual business, you're not going to just work a couple of hours a day. No, it is it involves quite a it's a lot of thought that goes into it. It's a lot of paying attention. It's a lot of deep meditation, deep thought. And I've been clearing out my headspace of certain things, because one thing I can tell you is that my space was not being respected. Like, I just felt like all of this stuff, like I told you guys, I am going to start talking to you guys, and I'm not going to do it tonight because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but I am going to set up a show so I can talk to you guys about cord cuttings. Okay, because we kind of spoke about it during the reading that I did yesterday. I'm going to remove some of those other videos so that y'all can find it easily instead of clogging up my channel with a bunch of stuff that is unrelated to what, to what I'm talking about. But um, I feel very passionate about doing stronger cord cuttings. So we're going to talk about that. Okay. But other than that, that's what I am doing. In the meantime, I've already been learning more and more about holistic medicine. I'm already studying. I just want to get in school so that I can get a degree and a license in it. So that is to come. Okay. Um, so I'm excited. I'm happy that y'all are excited for me. Let me get my patootie off of here. I had a great summer solstice, though. I really did. Like, and, you know, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all have a happy Monday, okay? Blessings to you guys. Okay, thank you for the love and the support. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye.